the metronome marking on this is half note equals 100. I would set the metronome to the quarter note to start, just to get yourself figured out. So theoretically, that would be, I think, 200 to the quarter note. But you can go a lot slower than that as you're learning it. So I'm going to kind of play it down, and then we'll talk about a couple of tough spots. So the tough spots are going to be the rhythm at the end of the first line, measure 89. You want to make sure that the first one is straight eighth notes and the second one is that swung. So you've got, that's that measure, and then watch for the G sharp accidentals and on your D string after 90 and then after 98, and then you start getting into shifting. So you're gonna shift at just before 102. So let me show you my hands so you can see what I'm doing. So you're gonna shift, it's an octave, so your ears should be able to hear it, because those two notes are the same. They're both F sharps, they're just octaves. So and then the next shift comes in 106, 7, 8, end of 108. So you just did you had a high one because that was an A sharp, and then it's a half step. You're gonna put your 1 where your 2 just was, but on the next string over, and then stretch your 4. This is an octave, and then reach your 1 back to hit that A, and then you're home free in third position. And then watch the rhythm in this 113. That's kind of a weird syncopated to E. So it's quarter dot and then 3/8 notes. So it's 1 E and to E and So that should be everything you're going to run into on that. I played it really slow so that you could potentially play with me, and I also want you to be able to hear everything clearly, but eventually you'll want to probably pick up the tempo at least just a little bit and try to get closer to that goal of 100. So this is quarter note to 84, and it should be pretty simple for you to get it there. The toughest thing is going to be the triplets up against the grace notes, but if you listen to the recording at the very beginning of the full piece, if you listen to any orchestra play it, the melody that's at the very beginning has the same rhythm, and as it goes through it gets handed to different instruments, and so this is when it gets handed to the violins. Make sure you start on a C sharp. 4th. And then you can take a pause even when you do your audition, and make sure that you're in the 4th position. So you're there, and then when you're ready, you're gonna start the next spot. It's the same melody, just up higher. So a couple tough spots. You're gonna shift up again. So you can see what my hand did there, and then where you have and then it just steps down back to 3rd. And at G, all those notes that are tied together. So you're probably going to end up staggering bow. And when they talk about staggering bow in orchestra, it basically means that you're going to have to change your bow eventually because it's too long of a note to play all in one bow, unless your director says otherwise, then play it all in one bow. But otherwise, they'll probably tell you to do something called staggering, which means that you're going to change bow, but you're going to try to do it at a different time than the people next to you, so that only like one person is staggering at once. So just kind of be cognizant of who's around and then stagger, unless you're told to break it at a specific spot by your director. So that should be that one.